Hey Facebook, how's it going? We've got Scientific Tipful Tuesday today with SlimGeneration and myself. I'm Sarah Ford, and if you're here, feel free to comment, ask questions. I will get to them for sure. Leave me little whatever it is, thumbs up or hearts and all that good stuff. So great. Well, tonight, let me give you a little intro for those that are new that have jumped on. My name is Sarah Ford, and I am the co-founder of SlimGeneration. We use science to get you to lose 2 to 7 pounds per week. So basically, my husband and I decided to co-found SlimGeneration because we wanted more from the weight loss industry. We wanted to see people not only lose their weight, but then maintain it for life. So a big piece of that, and what we're going to talk about tonight, is your own genetics, your own DNA, to get you to lose 2 to 7 pounds of body fat per week. We also pair that with some internal testing. We're not going to talk about it tonight. We'll definitely get to it in the future. But we talk about internal testing as well. We test internal testing as well to see what sort of imbalances there might be that could be stopping you from losing your weight also. I'm going to have to turn that phone off for sure. If you hear a little background noise, my kiddos just got home from sports and they're cooking and cleaning up and all that good stuff. So I'm sure we've got a lot of moms out there that can relate, and dads too, for sure. Let's see. So my background, I have been in weight loss about 18 years-ish or so, and have a degree in nutrition and wellness studies, and I have been with SlimGeneration obviously since we opened over about 5.5 years ago. And I'm just so passionate about wanting people to lose their weight, but not only lose it, but maintain it for life, get healthy, change your life, not only for yourself, but for everybody around you, your family, your friends, your coworkers. If you've ever been overweight, if I have any overweight people out there, you know how much being overweight can affect everything in your life, or at least that was for me. I've lost 45 pounds myself. And it's a game changer. It's a world changer when you actually lose your weight and then learn how to maintain it. That's just so much freedom. So we're going to talk tonight about your DNA and how that can not only help you lose your weight, but then maintain it. So let me just start with, I looked up actually the definition of DNA, and it's a really big word, but it's basically a self-replicating material present in all living organisms as main constitute of chromosomes. In other words, it's who you are. Your DNA is who you are. You cannot change your DNA. It's just the way the good Lord made you. And so your DNA is what it is, what it is. And so there's a lot of really cool DNA tests out there now that tell you how your body responds to medications, how your body responds to environment, whether or not you've seen probably, or I don't know if you guys have, but I watch CSI and crime scene movies and things like that. And they're tying in, criminal investigations to people's DNA. So your DNA just is what it is, what it is. So here at SlimGeneration, we decided to really research DNA in a way that can relate to diet and exercise, because we are all about weight loss, and we're about teaching people and getting people to understand how they're supposed to eat to their own genetics. Do you know that there's over between 120 to 130-ish different DNA combos, DNA profiles? And we're going to go over that tonight and what a DNA profile is. And people really are different. So if you've ever done Atkins and it didn't work for you, but it worked for your friend, well, probably didn't match your DNA. If you've ever done, I don't know, there's so many diets out there that maybe your friend did, let's say CrossFit or some kind of exercise program, and your friend lost a lot of weight. You didn't lose any weight. It probably didn't match your DNA. So we're going to learn about DNA today and really how it can show you what is the best exercise for you and how to best eat, how to get in your foods. So let me just start with my little handy dandy binder. I always like to use visuals because it's hard to explain things all the time without using a visual. So here is a sample of a DNA profile, okay? And I'm just gonna adjust this a little bit down so that it's easier to see and I'm not, okay. So the genes we test, you have enough genetic material. Each human being has enough genetic material to go around the world, Can't remember if it's 3 times or 4 times. So we've got a lot of DNA, okay? So obviously we can't test all of the DNA, nor is it relevant to losing weight. So we test these 4 genes here, and from there, and it's just a simple cheek swab. Literally just swab the insides of your mouth, get a good cheek rub in there, and send it to our lab. From here, I'm gonna be able to tell you how much or what type of exercise you need. Now, exercise is about 10 to 15, maybe 20% of weight loss. It is important. However, there's 2 really important factors here that we'll get to in just a minute. But you got to get moving your body. Everybody knows that it's great for your health. Hi, Shay, and hi, Gwen. Gwen's one of our big losers. Love her. And Shay's also done her testing as well. So, but this is going to tell me, okay, do you need high intensity, or do you need steady aerobic, or do you need a combination of each, and how many days a week? So let me just give you an example. High intensity would be something like, I don't know, CrossFit. I do the Stairmaster on my high intensity day. You can choose whatever exercise you want to do. A lot of our clients do Zumba or running, or okay, so a high intensity is going to be the heart rate is going, it's more high intensity. Steady aerobic is going to be more yoga and walking and Pilates, and you're more steady aerobic. Now, all of this is based on your heart rate zone. So we're going to actually figure out, where does your heart rate need to be to burn fat as energy through the exercise? So the name of the game is working out smart, not hard. It's learning, where does my heart rate need to be to burn fat through that exercise, and how many minutes do I need it? And let me just move this out of the way because it's producing a really weird type of shadow thing. How many minutes do I need to exercise? Where does my heart rate need to be? How many minutes do I need to exercise to get my body burning fat as energy? That is the key. Nobody wants to just work out and not know if it's going to work. Let's be honest here. People are busy. People have lives. People have got to, we're just all busy. So why not work out smart and not hard, where you're actually exercising and burning fat? Because that's the key. That's the awesome part. Just to give you a little testimony here. When I was 45 pounds overweight, I was exercising like crazy, 6-7 days a week. I gotta burn the calories, and I was doing all high intensity. Well, my genetic profile is more steady aerobic than high intensity. So I chilled out, I go to yoga, I walk, things like that, and I'm able to maintain my 45 pounds off, which is a beauty. Plus, I only have to work out 2 days for maintenance, 3 days for weight loss. So you'd be pleasantly surprised that you don't have to work out as much as you think you have to work out. So that's really nice. Okay, the daily dietary intake, this is what we're going to get in today. We can tell you how much protein, how much carbohydrates, and how much fat you need daily. Okay? Now, percentages don't really mean a lot to people. You think, oh, a percentage, what does that really mean? So the next step in this process of using your own DNA is to figure out how many calories you need, because everybody's different. Do you know every woman doesn't need 1,200 calories and every man doesn't need 1,500 calories? That's sort of just a myth. So we've got to figure out your caloric intake. That's number 1. So we run a specialized body composition, and this might be a little bit hard to see, but this body composition is going to tell me your BMR, which is your basal metabolic rate. That is the number of calories you need to maintain your current weight. Well, if you're wanting to lose weight, you don't want to maintain your current weight. So we're going to take you in a small deficit, but not so low to where you burn muscle and sugar. Do you know that if you go too low in calories, your body is going to possibly burn muscle and sugar, which is not a good thing. Your muscle is so important in burning calories and keeping your metabolism up. So I don't know if anybody out there has gone on a really restrictive calorie diet, lost a bunch of weight, gained more back. It's possibly because you burn muscle and not actually body fat. So it's really important to use a body composition scale to where you're knowing that you're losing fat, not muscle. So that's one of the things that we do as well in SlimGeneration, and I think that's super important. Now back to the DNA piece, because that's what we're here to talk about tonight. The DNA, what we're going to do here is we figure out, this is just a sample, okay? We figure out your calories, and then we pair it with your genetic profile, which is just the way the good Lord made you. It's not going to change. From there, we know how many grams of protein, carbohydrates, and fats you need daily. Okay? From there, this is what we do, which is the coolest part. We fit it to your lifestyle. So everybody needs protein, everybody needs carbs, and everybody needs fat. Do you know that a low or a no carbohydrate diet is not realistic long term, nor does that ever match any genetic profile that we've ever seen? People need protein, they need carbohydrates, they need fats. All right, now here's the cool thing that I was going to get to a little earlier. We fit this to your lifestyle. So let's say you want, let's just talk holiday for a second. That's a good idea to do. Now, do you know the average person, before I get into how we fit this, but I promise I'll get into how we fit this to your genetic profile. During the holidays, people gain 5 to 12 pounds of body fat. All right, so anybody out there that gained that holiday weight, it's very easy to do if you don't know your DNA. So let's just talk about, if you do, we've got 62 days between Halloween and New Year's Eve, or New Year's Day, 62 days. If you have 100 calories a day over and above what you're normally eating, you're going to gain 2 pounds between Halloween and New Year's. If you eat 200 calories over and above what you normally consume, okay, you're going to gain 4 pounds. How about 500 calories? You're going to gain 9 pounds. Now, how easy is it to get those 100 calories in? I'm just going to have you take a look at some pictures here that I thought were rather interesting. And I have to give one of my sisters, Shay, some credit for helping me out with this as well. But a baby Ruth, this is how much 100 calories is. It's a mini bar plus a bite. That's an excess 100 calories. Do you know if you have just this much between Halloween and New Year's, you're going to put on 2 pounds? Okay, how easy is it to be at work and grab one of these Butterfingers and maybe another little bite and think, oh, it's just a little bitty snack piece, it's just a little snack bar, not a big deal. You will be 2 pounds overweight if this is all you do between Halloween and New Year's Eve. Okay, now we know most of us are going to do a little more than this much. Let's do another, I like this one because we've got so many candy corn fans out there. This many candy corns, 100 calories, you're going to gain 2 pounds between Halloween and New Year's Eve. Okay, now I've got a few more samples here, but I think you guys kind of get it. But I do want to show one more because I've got a lot of Reese's fans. I got a lot of chocolate fans. 1 cup, 100 calories. 1 Reese's cup. So you're walking by, you're at work, you're like, oh, you know, they got the candy jar out, or your kids have the candy bag out at the house, or whatever your environment is. You pick up a little snack thing, you pick up 1 Reese's cup, you pick up a little chocolate here or there, but you don't know how to fit it to your DNA profile. You don't know how to fit it to those protein, carbohydrates, and fats. You're going to gain weight. So it's important to know your DNA profile and allow us coaches to teach you how to fit in that Reese's cup and not gain the 2 pounds. How to fit in those M&Ms or the Ruth bar or the Butterfinger bar. Because let's face it, everybody wants a little treat every once in a while. And it's really hard when all of that is around you this holiday season. So we got to teach you, A, your genetic profile, B, how to fit in your favorite foods. All right, let's show you some samples of 200 calories. Now, this is going to freak everybody out, or at least it freaked me out. I've got these little pie pieces here. Okay, I'm going to give you a little visual. All right, so for pumpkin pie, it's 2-inch slice. Apple, 1 1/4 or 1 3/4 of a slice of an inch, like 1 inch, like 1 3/4 of an inch of apple pie. Same with blueberry pie, chocolate cream pie, 1.6 inch of a slice, cherry pie, 1.5 inch, and the kicker is pecan pie, 1.4 inch of a slice. Guys, that's like this. If you just eat that between now, which nobody eats pie every day between Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve, well, maybe somebody does, but that extra pie, you will gain, what did we say again? 4 pounds. All right, so it's not hard. This is another little visual of 200 calories. Stuffing, 1/2 of a cup. We got green bean casserole, 1 cup, sweet potato casserole, 3 ounces. This is how easy it is to get in an extra 200 calories to gain that excess weight, okay? So it's not hard to do that. So here is what we do at Slim Generation. We take your genetic profile. We know you need protein. We know you need fats. We know you need calories based on your own DNA. It's important to eat. You got to eat to live. It's important to eat. But what we're going to do is take those favorite foods and incorporate it into those proteins, those fats, and those carbs. And most of holiday food is going to be more carbohydrates and fats. So we're gonna take that information and we're gonna incorporate, I'm gonna show you this menu plan again, into what I call your master formula here. Okay, and you're gonna learn how to eat your favorite foods and not gain weight. Because let's just face it, there's a holiday, there's a birthday, there is an anniversary, there is something, especially the older we get, we not only have kids, but grandkids, extended family. There is something every single month, if not multiple times a month. And if you don't learn how your body and how much protein, carbohydrates, and fats your body needs, you're most likely going to gain weight. I hear it all the time. People say, oh, when I was 35, I gained 10 pounds, and 45, another 10 pounds, and 55, another 10 pounds. One of the reasons, not the only reason, but one of the reasons is you haven't figured out how to incorporate life into genetically how you're supposed to eat. And so you're eating like you normally have, but then all these, what I call BLTs, bites, licks, and taste happen. Okay, the bite and the lick of the taste of, let me just bring this picture up again, a pie, piece of pie. It adds up, and then you don't even realize why you've put on weight. Okay, so at Slim Generation, we teach you how to do that. We teach you how to incorporate your favorite foods into your lifestyle, and that is a really key piece of weight loss and weight maintenance. Okay, so let's see what else. I hope that kind of explained the DNA. It's complex, but yet we keep it simple for our clients. There's a lot more to the DNA report that talks about how your body responds to glucose, and are you prone to diabetes, how your body responds to carbohydrates, are you fat sensitive. It's a really awesome report that we utilize to help our clients lose their weight. So I hope this helped this holiday season, and if you're interested in losing your weight, you can always come in for a complimentary consultation. Go to weightlossdna.com. You can give us a call, also 972-810-SLIM. We can service anybody in the United States. We have a remote program. We have an at-home program. We have wonderful health coaches. We have great clients. So if you'd like to learn more about your DNA and what this is all about and learning about your body, and you're really committed to making that change and understanding, give us a call. Next week we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about next week? We're going to talk about some other testing that goes along with weight and weight issues. So we talked about neurotransmitters. We've now talked about DNA. We're going to talk about some other testing that can contribute to weight and weight issues, and how getting these nutrients, getting these testing, getting these results back in order can help you through this holiday season as well. So I hope everybody will join us next Tuesday for Scientific Tipful Tuesday at 8:30, and we will see you there. Y'all have a good night.